Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Jordy and I'm here to do another tarot card reading for the Pisces Collective. I am taking a break this week. I'm not sure how much I'll be posting in the next little while, just because I've got a very busy new schedule. But I did have time today to post some readings, so I thought I would squeeze them in whenever I can. So thank you for being patient with me. Hopefully we'll be back to posting every day or two at some point. And this reading is going to be for my members only to view ahead of time before it gets released to everybody else. So thank you for being a member. I really appreciate having you here. We're going to do an angel reading today. I've got a candle lit in the background. We're going to call in the angel frequencies using the angel cards, and then we'll go into a tarot reading. 10-card tarot spread like we normally do. Actually, what we'll do today is we'll do a couple of oracle cards, and for each oracle card I'll pull some tarot cards, just to make this reading more healing and message based instead of just doing a full tarot story. Ooh, you saw that? First card coming out is Express Your Creativity, Pisces. There's something important within you that needs to get out. Thank you, angels, for helping me to express my inner creator. This could be creativity, artwork, communication. It can be like darkness that needs to come out of you and translate it into art, or into verbalizing your pain. Or it could be like an inner joy, an inner beauty that wants to come out as well. It's all beautiful. Try not to judge whatever wants to come out. But yeah, it's all about expressing that. We also have Earth Angel. Thank you, angels, for inspiring me to be more like you. I did mention Earth Angels in the last reading that I posted today. Earth Angels have a special mission. Anybody can be one. It's when you take on a higher level of service and you do things for not just yourself, but for humanity, or for the animals, or for the world in general. It's when the angels can act through you. So maybe there's something you can express that can be from out of this world, so to speak. We also have the inner voice. Thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. Very beautiful. So we all have that quiet acknowledgement within, that yes or no, or maybe so, that gut feeling. And also that inner voice can be that quiet self. It's not the loud voices that some of us may have, that people might be scared of because of mental health labels, or maybe there is a mental health imbalance that causes hearing voices. But some of that is from fear. That's an imbalance within. There are balanced states of awareness that can still hear spirit, hear different spirits talking, for instance. Or for a lot of you, there's a more quiet voice within that is your own inner voice, that inner knowing, that consciousness that is even more aware than you are in this current dream state. And that's also an inner voice. It's more quiet, it's more intuitive, whereas the louder voices might be actually coming from outside sources or fear. And of course, if you find you're being paranoid or negatively impacted by these, or making unhealthy choices or unsafe decisions based off of what you hear, then you definitely need to go to a doctor and sort that out and achieve a new sense of balance again, maybe with medication or with their advice that they give you. But I don't want to discourage clairaudience. I feel like that's an important tool that we have as humanity, as human beings, as earth angels. And it's something that can be expressed and communicated in a healthy way. So we have Divine Father underneath the bottom of the deck, inner power. Thank you, Father, for co-creating my world with me. Very beautiful. So let's pull some tarot cards for this Express Your Creativity. Ooh, we have the Three of Pentacles, which is when someone's working on building a artistic structure in the building. This is all about building things, working, being creative. It can be an artistry card. It very much talks about what we were talking about already. It's all about enjoying what you do. We also have the Emperor that jumped out. It jumped out like a fish is what I heard, and you know, jumping out like a fish out of water type of thing, can be that, well, two things I'm getting from that. One is you have to, you know, take advantage of the creativity when it comes and express it in the moment. You know, try not to delay those things or stuff it down or forget about it. It's like a treasure that you can take advantage of immediately. And there's also an element of fish out of water, so to speak, as well. Like sometimes intuition or creativity can feel uncomfortable. But if you work through it, there can be a new level of inner power that's achieved. And you might create something that is very beautiful and worthwhile for not only yourself, but for other people. So the Emperor talks about discipline, self-empowerment, law and order. So you could be responsible for creating something big, or working towards a career goal or a creative project. We have two eights coming out, Eight of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. So there's definitely a sense of like personal empowerment, or maybe even advancement, that can come out of pushing out of your boundaries, out of your comfort zone with the work that you do, the way that you create yourself. It can even be through communication. For a lot of people, you're communicating with other people in a very fresh and unattached way, is what I'm hearing. Like you're communicating truthfully and you're expressing yourself the best way that you can, but it's only scratching the surface, is what I'm getting. There are like deeper conversations that can be had with yourself or with the important people in your life, where we kind of get into deeper concepts and more masterful forms of thought. And if you feel like you're lacking those types of conversations or lacking that depth within your artwork, a little bit of discipline, a little bit of trial and error, and working out through that uncomfortability, working that out, will stretch your ability to have those more masterful conversations, to be more in command of your voice or your pen or your paintbrush or your hammer, you know. So let's pull an Angel Answers card. We have three falling out. So we have forgiveness, which is involved here, maybe some self-forgiveness, maybe something important you need to communicate and express, something that will require many practice conversations before you can actually have the full conversation, that you're going to have to be very much in control of your ability to deliver something masterful and in a sensitive way, and maybe it involves forgiveness. We also have there's something better out there for you. So there's something deeper, there's something more that you can achieve within expressing yourself. And we also have improving health. So maybe the topic of like what you're building towards or working on or expressing yourself with, it involves your health having improved, or maybe wanting to improve your health. So your health journey can be part of this process. Very beautiful. Alright, we're going to pull some tarot cards for the Earth Angel card. So what messages do we have concerning this Earth Angel? We have the Three of Wands reversed. We have the Temperance reversed. With the Nine of Pentacles. So there's something here about breaking free of tradition, allowing your plans to flow outside of your control, and expanding beyond the rules that you've set for yourself. How can you allow spontaneity? How can you allow the divine to work through you more freely? A lot of you have big plans for the future, but your future could be so much more expanded and full of growth and stimulation and even abundance by just kind of leaning into the divine a little bit more, leaning into your angels. Let's see what else we can get here. We have the World reversed. Both the Three of Wands, the World, and the Temperance card, whether they're reversed or not, can talk about travel, long distances, getting yourself so you can reach further audiences or have a bigger impact in the world. A bigger audience, even. Moving. This could also talk about moving in order to be in the right place for you to feel like you can accomplish your purpose or goals. We also have the Seven of Wands reversed. There might be a fear here of like being egotistical or getting ahead of yourself or putting your foot in your mouth. It's almost like you're constantly knocking yourself down a few pegs in order to remain humble or remain balanced. But there is an experimentation here that has to happen. You can learn through trial and error. There's always instant forgiveness that can happen as well if you make a mistake. Don't let that fear of growing and expanding and becoming more, maybe better at what you do or having a bigger impact, get in the way of you getting to that place just because you fear of like making a mistake or coming across as showing some of your weaknesses or limitations. The ego can always be improved upon, is what I'm hearing. And the fact that you're so cautious of this means that it will never get too far. It won't take over your life, is what I'm hearing. It won't run too far out of place. The angels will always like kind of guide you in the right direction if you're willing to listen, and that's where we kind of come into the final angel card about trusting that inner voice. But before we go there, I want to pull some cards for the Earth Angel. What messages do we have about travel and expansion and impact and how we impact the world? We have, it's up to you. There's no pressure to take on these roles and to expand, but there might be a desire for something a little bit more deeper is what I'm hearing. So it's completely up to you. Don't feel pressured by this particular message is what I'm hearing. We also have a year from now, so there could be some major shifts within this year that open you up, that open up your world, that give you completion and closure, that expand your horizons, that put you in a better position and give you solutions to what you're currently working through. Those are all key words from the 4 tarot cards that I've just looked at. And then at that point, it'll be up to you whether you want to grow in your ability to be an Earth Angel. Okay, your final angel card is the Inner Voice. Let's see what tarot cards we can get. The tarot deck I'm using today is the Smith-Waite deck. This is my absolute all-time favorite tarot deck. I don't use it often because I don't want to like overuse it. But I tend to get the most free and strong and creative and unique messages from this deck. So it's kind of sacred deck for me, which is why I chose to use it with the angel cards. Also, I don't use the angel cards very often. So this is a special treat today. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed. I often don't do freestyle spreads like this either, so it's a triple combo. You guys know I like my 10-card spread. So you have the Lovers reversed as well. So inner voice. Thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. There might be a lesson that has to be learned about a particular relationship that you have difficulty expressing yourself within, or maybe you express yourself within this relationship and you get into the same cycles over and over again. There will be some changes in the upcoming weeks, maybe even the next 2 months, with that Two of Pentacles reversed, that will challenge this relationship dynamic. It's like through interaction, through communication, through expressing yourself, there is some truths that you've been ignoring and overlooking, or brushing under the rug, or just minimizing these truths. And you want to persevere with this relationship dynamic anyway. But at the end of the day, there's a lesson to be learned here. I don't know if this relationship is meant to transform and grow, or if you're meant to just learn some boundaries with this relationship. We'll see what comes out. I think it could go either way is what I'm hearing. Because we have those 2 8s in the beginning of the reading. The 8 of limitations and then the 8 of working on things. We have the 5 of Cups reversed. There's some grief, there's some loss, there's some pain. 10 of Swords that needs to be addressed. And I think you can come from like a simple and easygoing and friendly space when communicating with this person, but just know that there's a sensitivity here that has to be respected, and you may have to like lean into your inner voice all the more, so that you can be more sensitive, be more kind and caring. This is not a forceful dynamic. This is not a situation where you have to be hard or disciplined or tough with somebody, or you have to put up with their toxicity or anything like that. This is a relationship dynamic where there's been a lot of pain, there's been a lot of loss shared between the two of you, maybe even separately, and there's a lesson that has been kind of keeping you apart or keeping this relationship strained, and that lesson is sensitivity. It's almost like when you have a child that has specific needs that are different than what you assumed you would have to do for that child. You don't force or project your opinions and ideas and communications onto this child. No, you work with their sensitivities. You find a way to meet them halfway, or even meet them more than halfway. And I think that that extra effort will be rewarding in this dynamic. We have asked for help from others. I definitely feel like there's an energy of being helpful in this dynamic and being extra compassionate and supportive. Because pages are about like service, you know. That's one of the oldest, most traditional meanings of a page. They served the higher courts. They had very special jobs within the courts, you know, the higher courts of civilization, of hierarchy, you know, like the royals, the royal families, the higher levels of society had these pages, which were people who had better positions than the common folk. So they had better clothes, they had more freedom, they had more choice, they had more self-expression. So the page is still a symbol of authority, but it's you know, within a certain level. There's a certain responsibility to yourself and to others within the court cards. Ooh, we have success coming through from the Angel Answers deck. So this will be a success within this relationship. I love that that card came out. Very beautiful. We have a yes as well. They're saying yes, go through with this. Be sensitive. Be open. Extend the invitation. Okay? That's what I've got for your reading, Pisces. I hope these angel messages helped you today. Thank you so much for being here. And if you felt like this video really touched your soul in some kind of way, maybe think about passing it on. I feel like this is like one of those videos that could reach people in very different ways. It's not as structured as a normal tarot reading. So, you know, hit the share button if you want to. Or, you know, hit the like button and comment below to make this video more noticeable. I don't always ask for that at the end of videos, but I just feel like there's some beautiful nuggets of wisdom that could be shared with just a little bit of effort from all of us who are watching these messages. All right. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.